Hello, my name is China Polite, and I am back again. This time I'm going to be going over the ear. So, this outer part is the helix of the ear. And right next to the helix of the ear is the actual scapha. And right next to the scapha is the antihelix. And below the antihelix is the antitragus, which will be located right here near the inner portion of the eardrum. Below the antitragus is the lobe. And right above the right above the lobe is the intertragic notch, which will be right here. And above the intertragic notch will be the concave, which would be this area, all right here. And right here is the tragus. Above the tragus is the crus. And the crus is this inner portion right here. Above the crus is the fossa. So the fossa will be located right in this area. Well, this is the triangular fossa. And right near the triangular fossa will be the crura. And the crura has two sides. Now, in funeral service, the ear is very, very important because a lot of times we know that embalming went properly into the face. It's when the lobes, some of the ears are firmed. So they begin from looking flat to full. I'm going to talk about the elements of each anatomical feature of the ear. So the helix will be the outer rim of the ear. And the scapha is the fossa between the inner and outer rims of the ear. And it is also the shallowest depression of the ear. The antihelix is the inner rim of the ear, and it starts at the superior portion of the lobe and continues upward into the ends by becoming the crura. It forms the superior and posterior walls of the concha. The crura is the superior and interior bifurcating branches of the antihelix. The triangular fossa is the depression between the crura and the second deepest depression of the ear. And the tragus is the eminence protecting the ear passage, and it arises from the posterior margin of the lateral cheek. The antitragus is a small eminence, and it's opposite of the tragus, and is located on the superior border of the lobe. And the intertragic notch is a notch or opening between the tragus and the antitragus of the ear. In the lobe, which is the bottom portion of the ear, it's the inferior fatty, 1/3 of the ear, in the most inferior part of the ear, which attaches to the cheek as well. And the crus is the origin of the helix that is flattened and ends in the concha. I consider the ears very, very important because they are needed for hearing. They are needed for responding as well. A lot of times, people may have some type of ear disorders, and it could be because of something that's clogged in the ear and it weakens their ability to hear, or some people just wasn't born to hear. So overall, I appreciate my ability to hear, and I also appreciate the knowledge that I have to help someone during embalming. I know that paying attention to the ears and how they're created and making sure they're clean and making sure they're embalmed properly so they don't decay quicker, that's just so important. So overall, I like this assignment, and I'm happy that I learned about the anatomical features of the ear.